Hey, Shalom, Makiam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect across the four corners of this earth, kicking this word in sincerity and truth. This video, of course, is for any of you Akim to watch, but I'm specifically aiming this toward the younger brothers in cadet stat. Myself, I'm a younger brother too. You know, I want to put that out there. But this video is mainly aimed at you younger brothers in cadet status, maybe on the other side of the camp listening, or maybe if you just crossed over, even you could have been in this thing for you'd be in this thing for 2 to 3 years. You know, but the reason why it's directed toward y'all, again, it's really toward everybody, but a lot of y'all older brothers already know, and y'all teach us about this, you know. And it was on the spirit for me to do a video in regards to this subject. We have this folly day coming up, Thanksgiving, you know, Christmas, all this stuff, you know, folly day season coming up, you know what I mean? And you know, a lot of you guys might go to your family's house, you know, eat. Of course, we know that we don't celebrate or nothing like that, but Paul talks about in 1 Corinthians the 8th chapter, you know, just eating it, you know what I'm saying? You're not worshiping it, you're not going off, it's just food. And that's another subject, but the reason why I'm bringing that out is because you know, a lot of us can even account for ourselves. You know, we would go into our family and we're so zealous in this thing. You know, our zeal is so strong that you just always want to teach this word and want to tell these people they shouldn't be doing this or shouldn't be doing that. You know, ultimately, man, don't tell your family about this. Your family's not going to get it. Yeah, your friends aren't going to get it. It's only meant for you. Maybe a cousin or a brother. You know what I'm saying? Tell him, but you can't go around just telling everybody in your family about it, you know, because as the scriptures say, you know, a prophet's not even accepted in his own country. You know, and with that being the case, you know, I'm actually gonna go into a few scriptures going on this Lord willing, this edifying, because again, our family, your mother, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your grandparents, a lot of them are stuck in their ways, you know, and as the scriptures talk about, their old bottles, and you can't put new wine in the old bottle, or else the bottle will break. You know, and that's physically you can't do that. You know what I mean? That's spiritually and physically. Yahweh Shai would always use these examples and would break it down on a carnal level just so Jack would understand. All right, but with that being the case again, Salakim, I'm gonna read Matthew the 13th chapter, and I'm gonna start at verse 54. Okay, and it reads, "And when he was come into his own country, he taught them in their synagogue." So you can equate your own country, your household. You know what I'm saying? Where your families are, your family's house, the place where your family fellowship's at, or even go back to your hometown where it's, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, pretty much that's what it's going into. All right. He taught them in their synagogue. Okay, so don't go to the church and try to wake Jake up. You know what I'm saying? Jake ain't gonna get it, man. And so much that they were astonished and said, "Whence hath this man this wisdom and these mighty works? Is this not the carpenter's son?" And that's how they looked at him, because he was the son of Joseph, who was a carpenter. So they didn't even regard his mighty works and what he was doing. They looked at him and was like, "Man, this is the carpenter's son, bro. We ain't gonna listen to him. We know your daddy. We know your mama. We knew you when you was younger. You was that cat with that snot hanging out your nose, man. Chill out." You know, that's how they'll look at you. Whatever your past was, whatever the stuff in your past that you did, they're going to point that out and be like, "Man, you was the one that had boogers all up in your nose." You know what I'm saying? You was the one that did this. You was the one that did that. You had the certain reputation in high school. So how are we supposed to listen to you when we know your parents? You grew up with us. Okay. So verse 55 says, "Is not this the carpenter's son? Is not this his mother called Mary? And his brethren James and Joseph and Simon and Judas?" Okay, and James and Jude were the ones that were actually in the truth with him. But even Joseph and Simon, his own brothers, weren't dealing with him like that. You know what I'm saying? They weren't in the truth. Verse 56, "And his sisters, are they not all with us? Whence then hath this man all these things?" Like when you go even in the scriptures, earlier in Matthew the 12th chapter, you know, I believe the 49th and the 50th verse, it talks about him stretching his hand out to his disciples and saying, "Behold, my mother, my brother, and my sisters. For them that do the will of the Most High is the same as my mother and my brother." So the Most High is going to give you a family that you can rely on. He's going to give you a family that you can count on, that you can vent to, that you can break scriptures down with, that you can sup with, that are going to be able to understand this thing. Okay? But a lot of your friends are going to look at you like you're crazy. your mother, your father, your brethren, your sisters, they all gonna look at you like you're crazy because this gift isn't given to everybody. Okay? It's only given to you if you understand its truth, and it's only given to men who are like-minded in this thing. Okay? I can even attest for myself. There was somebody I was real cool with in the world. I'm talking about this was my right-hand man. My right-hand man. I'm talking about, he was my best friend. And soon as I learned this truth, he didn't got to call on me, excuse my language, I was all types of hoe-ass niggas. He had said, yeah, okay, let's see where these guys are going to be at when it's real tough. You know what I'm saying? I was your boy from years back, and you going to do me like this? I hope they have you slit a goat's neck and drink its blood or something like that. And I'm just saying, people are going to say stuff like that to you. And I know other brothers can attest to their own personal experience that they've had in that. Because I know I'm not the only one. The scriptures talk about it, But when you continue, it says, verse 56, and his sisters, are they not all with us? Whence then had this man all these things? And they were offended in him. But Yahushua said unto them, so they were offended. Your family, your friends are going to get offended. That's why they're going to gnash their teeth at you and say all manner of evil against this truth. Because they're offended. Okay? They don't want to hear, especially from you telling them. Somebody they knew, somebody they grew up with, but they don't understand how the spirit works and the type of people Yahushua chooses out of this world to profess his name. Okay, it says a prophet is not without honor, save in his own country and his own house, and he did not many mighty works there because of their unbelief. Verse 58 stands out because it says, and he did not many works because of their unbelief. So when you go to your family's house on this folly day Thanksgiving or the folly day Christmas, whatever these days are, 4th of July, whatever it is, or it don't even gotta be one of these folly days when y'all go quote unquote, I guess, congregate, you know what I'm saying? Don't do these mighty works unto them. Don't tell them about this truth, man. Don't tell them about this doctrine. They're not worthy for it. They're not worthy for it. The scriptures tells us, Yahushua tells us, cast not thy pearls unto swine and give not which is holy unto the dogs. This stuff is holy. All they're going to do is just hear it and then spit it back out. It's not meant for them to hear this. If it was meant for them to hear this, then everybody would get it. And there wouldn't be 144,000 and 1/3 of us wouldn't be delivered out of America. Okay? But the Most High only reveals his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Like when you read in Amos, the 3rd chapter. Okay, I got like 2 more scriptures I'm going to go into, and the first one is going to be in Psalms chapter 41. It's like it. Psalms chapter 41, and I'm going to start at verse 53. Hold on. Oh, I'm tripping, not 53. Salakia. 41, I'm going to start at verse 9. Salakia. I said 53. It says, yea, my own familiar friend in whom I trusted, which did eat of my bread, had lifted up his heel against me. And that's going to happen. It's even going to be a time that's prophesied in the scriptures where your mother, your father, or whoever might sell you out to the so-called white man just because they might, give a threat to him or try to give him money to try to, you know what I'm saying, sell us out. Like you can even look at Judas. What did he do with Yahushua? And Judas was somebody that was in the truth. That's the worst part about it. And he just sold Yahushua out for silver, for coin. That's what they'll do to you. It says, my own familiar friend in whom I trusted. Your own familiar friend. These are people that you trust in the world, that you trusted. You went through stuff with them. You had certain experiences with them, certain stories with them, certain laughs with them. You could have known them for years. It says, which did eat of my bread. Broke bread together. Whatever you did in the world, your companion. All right. It says, hath lifted up his heel against me, but thou, O Lord, be merciful unto me and raise me up that I may requite them. Okay, let's go to this word requite. That word there is shalom, or peace. To be in convenience of peace, be at peace, to be at peace. So we know that word is peace. Okay, so it says, but thou, O Lord, be merciful unto me and raise me up that I may be peaceful unto them. And what that means, you can go into it when you still might be around your family member or whatever it is. Don't go scriptural with them. Just eat, do what you got to do. peace. Be at peace with them. Like Paul says, if need be at peace with all men. Don't get all carnal. Oh, yeah, okay, that's how you feel, because they might even get carnal, which will say some stuff. But they're putting a curse amongst themselves ultimately. That's what they doing. They might try to fight you, say this and that, all manner of evil against you, And shoot, require them. All right? Got another scripture I'm going to go to, and it's in the book of Job, the 19th chapter. And I'm going to start at the 14th verse. And I'm going to start at the 13th verse. Salakia. It says, He hath put my brethren far from me, and mine acquaintances are verily estranged from me. My kinfolk have failed, and my familiar friends have forgotten me. They that dwell in mine house and mine maids count me for a stranger. I am an alien in their sight. I called my servant, and he gave me no answer. I entreated him with my mouth. My breath is strange to my wife, though I entreat for my children's sake of my own body. Yea, young children despise me. I arose, and they spake against me. All my inward friends abhorred me, and they whom I love turned against me. So all those scriptures, all those verses that we just read goes into exactly what Yahushua had said when he read Matthew the 13th chapter, starting at the 54th verse. A prophet isn't accepted in his own house, man. You're not going to be accepted by your friends, by your family. They're not going to accept this truth. They're not. And when you first hear about this thing, you're so on fire to want to tell everybody. We all went through this experience. And hey, it's times we've even done it. We've even tried to tell them, but it's always the same thing. They're going to talk mess about you. They're going to say you're crazy. They're going to say, oh, man, hey, man, you stupid. You stupid, man. You a dummy, man. What you mean? Now you know the scriptures and all that. I'd rather listen to my pastor. Oh, that sounds all good, but I'd rather listen to somebody that's a little more experienced in the word. And I'll go to church and I'll ask my pastor that question. You're going to hear all of these things. So you're best off just not requiting them. You're best off just requiting them. Salakia. Just be like, you know what? You got it. Can I get a piece of that turkey? I'm going to get a piece of that turkey. Whatever it is. I'm just playing. But, again, this Folly Day Thanksgiving is coming up, and a lot of us had certain scenarios we were around our family and you didn't have debates and arguments and everything. Salakia, that's my mother calling. I'll call her back. I'm doing this lesson on my phone. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's just how it's going to be. Now, are you supposed to just shun away your mom, your dad, them and that? No, absolutely not. But just do not tell them the truth. You know what I'm saying? Do not tell them the truth at all. They're not going to get it. The Spirit will have you reveal it to maybe a brother or maybe a sister or something like that. So like maybe a brother or sister or something like that. You know what I mean? But if they receive it, that's pretty much going to be it, man. That's going to be it. Oh, speaking of that, I actually do have one more scripture to go into, since that was brought out. Jeremiah chapter 13. I'm sorry, chapter 3. Verse 14. Shalakim. All right. And it says, turn, O backsliding children, saith Yahweh, for I am married unto you. And he's talking about he's married unto us being the children of Israel, okay? For I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion, okay? So he's not going to receive everybody in your family. He'll get one, maybe two, okay? And I can even attest for myself. It's just me and my brother, me and my blood brother. We're the only ones in this truth, and my whole family. All right, verse 15. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. Okay, let's go to this word pastor really quick. Even though we should all know, but let's go to it. And it says, pastor, tense, ruler, teacher. So for you guys that's scoffing right there, go to that word pastor and see what it says. All right. That's why I wanted to go into that. That's why I wanted to go into that word, but that's neither here nor there. It's just funny. But it says, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart. So we have our elders, we have our apostles, our elder brothers that teach us this word. Ultimately, our ultimate teacher is Yahushua, our Lord. You know what I'm saying? But he has sent men to teach us this. Okay, and he's not going to send them to teach nobody else in your family. It's only meant for you if you receive this word, if you receive this doctrine. All right. And it says, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding, And that's what's going to happen. It's not meant for everybody in your family to get it. So do not do no miracles, no marvelous works amongst them, because they're going to reject it, just like Yahweh's family and friends rejected him. Okay? So with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, who are our pastors according to our heart, and peace and salutations to elect Akim across the four corners of this earth, kicking his word in sincerity and truth. Lord, let us edifying, man up, shalom.